They charge batteries, lights, phones, cameras, scooters, and even fires. If you're not afraid of breaking your moral code, you can sit on the throne. Some are hanging out, some are having a rest, some are enjoying their breakfast and waiting for the sunrise. How could Americans create something that doesn't bring money? My friends, welcome to Burning Man Festival. Some believe it's an ordinary music festival, just a big one. In this video, I'll prove that wrong and tell you about brands' restrictions and if the event is truly ecological. Plenty of interesting things are to come. They care a lot about tidiness. As I've already mentioned, you must not dump waste on the grounds of Burning Man. All your cigarette butts, beads, and stuff mustn't drop on the floor. Of course, you may spill something, like water and stuff. You can't avoid that, but it's officially prohibited. You can't throw away ice or pour out water. Of course, nothing will happen, but they need the rules to keep 18,000 participants in order. If there are no rules concerning water, it may lead to spilled beer. Beer will lead to spilled slops, and they'll end up in a mess. So they prohibited everything. And keep an eye on it. The toughest point is the end of the festival. Everyone must clean up their mess and leave the place spotless. If they even find a toothpick, a scrap of paper, a lint, a feather, or a flake of your costume, your camp may be fined or punished, like banned from the festival next time. They have their measures. It just isn't done. It's not about fines or punishment. It's about following the community principles. One of them is not to harm the nature, not to make a mess. The principle is very important, and everyone follows it. The camp I lived in is called Hot Mess. You must check out for real. And most importantly, upon arriving, I paid a deposit of $500. $500! They'll give it back if I clean up the place in the end. If I make a mess of it, leave scraps or waste, I'll be fined $500. That's how it goes. It's not like I care much about $500. I just loved the rules and was eager to follow them. The organizers claim you'll hardly be fined, except perhaps you'll be banned for that. Clear enough. But what about electricity? Most camps bring huge generators, but some act differently. Some camps drag in cans of gas and huge generators. Others install solar panels. The guys ended up with a small solar power plant. Here are their neighbors, who deal with it in a different way, using a generator and a can of gas. The rules prescribe that gas cans must be placed far from the cars just in case. You must put them in special cases to prevent leaks and leave them on the wasteland. Each camp has a gas zone nearby. Generators buzz all over the place. Some bring huge industrial generators that can supply the whole camp. Some use small ones for their RVs only. Here's a great solar panel construction that unfolds bellows-like and supplies the camp. The guys constructed a camp and covered the roof with solar panels. They charge batteries, lights, phones, cameras, scooters, and can even charge vibrators. You bring something in here in case you have no power and charge it on the table. The guys were smart enough to think of a way to provide power. That sounds good, but as you know, I'm into revealing ecological hypocrisy. As for Burning Man rules, you should be kind, help others, and enjoy your life. That's possibly the most important thing. And you should care about the environment. Clean up the mess, and be a good person. Oleg ran a Burning Man marathon. He covered 50 kilometers in 4 hours and 47 minutes. It's his 7th time at Burning Man. Talking about the environment, many participants bang on about responsibility, like leave no lint and spill no drop on the playa. We keep everything spotless and stuff. Isn't that hypocrisy? The festival itself puts a strain on the environment. People buy loads of stuff to spend a week here. Single-use costumes, sequins, art cars, and stuff. You leave Burning Man and see dirty roadsides, overstuffed bins, and abandoned RVs. The event creates lots of problems that come to light later. Yes, that's a serious impact, a serious strain on nature and ecology. But in my opinion, it's offset by... Sorry for my Russian. I've been here too long. It's offset by Burning Man changes you completely. You admit entirely different principles. You see, you can live differently. You can be more unfettered, more amiable, and learn to enjoy your life. Yes, we produce loads of stuff. Yes, it's an impact. But after that, the impact is even bigger. Good for burners to learn to dump waste. But I believe no one uses as many wet tissues as they do. I'm sure they respect desert ecosystem, but I'm not sure Burning Man is ecological. It's funny, I can expose Burning Man's occasional problems, but my inner skeptic is not exalted. Instead, he feels inspired, with local vibes and principles. Burning Man's not trying to be perfect, and it disarms you. While I still feel up to it, let's check the main bias. Is Burning Man just an ordinary music festival? There's a classical music concert behind my back with a symphony orchestra. There are thousands of people along with their art cars. So many people. Even the most famous DJs don't perform for so many people. They're playing classical music at sunset. It's Burning Man in the desert. It's just incredible. My words can't fully describe my surroundings. So many people are eager to hang on the sounds. It's fantastic. The video can't reproduce the atmosphere. Music is a valid Burning Man participant. I bet you noticed it. No matter where I am, there's always music in the background. In a way, Black Rock City is one of an endless party. On some dance floors, DJs come and go, 24/7, all week long. Both promising newbies and world-famous celebrities play here. Say, Diplo, Major Lazer, and Skrillex performed here over the years. They worked for free, as well as everyone else. If you call the event a festival while talking to a burner, they'll possibly correct you. Burning Man is bigger than that. My friends, what is Burning Man? I'm in the middle of the desert, on a giant square called the Playa. I'd say it's a lively city, with some incredible art objects driving around in it. Huge fish, constructions, buildings, animals, music's playing, people are dancing and climbing up on them, everything's in motion. Plenty of cyclists are riding around. It looks fantastic. Here's music playing, people dancing, and there are hundreds, or even thousands, of art objects around. People customize cars, trucks, and unclear constructions. It's not a carnival. It's not like anything I've seen before. It's like another planet with different cars and people, different clothes and culture. You can bring a chair, sit down, and watch an endless movie. You'll see fantastic sunrises and sunsets, dust storms, amazingly clad people passing by. You'll enjoy fantastic cars and splendid music, and all of it is right here. You can just sit down and enjoy it. It's possibly the most lively and most interesting city in the world, and it lasts for a whole week. It's just fantastic.
I'll give you some experience. So in 2000, my wife was 7.5 months pregnant at Burning Man, carrying my baby. And the following year, our 10-month-old baby was on playa as a newborn. Now he's 23 years old and did a couple of years at university in Britain, but has got 21 burns in 23 years, and it feels almost unfair that when you take a kid there, because they go back to school and their minds are just boom, completely lateral, and all these kids are kind of in this box, and their minds are completely blown, and they seem to take the reins of power within the school and start, okay, let's do this, we could do this, kind of get things going in the playground. We got 2 kids. We once picked the kids up from school, and they were in elementary school. So for those who don't know what those years are, so 10 years old, 9 years old, somewhere around that. And it was the first day of school. So Burning Man ends, and they're straight into school. And so it was the first day, and the teacher said, okay, he said, I want people to come up and tell you, what did you do for your summer, right? So these kids are getting up. Well, we went to the aquarium in San Francisco, or we went camping with our friend. We went and saw my grandma in LA, and our kids get up there, and well, we painted this pirate ship, and then this guy took us up in his airplane, and we got to fly his airplane, and then we blew some things up, and this guy showed us how a flamethrower worked, and they're like, what? You weren't going to be making this up. And they were upset that the teacher didn't believe them. And yeah, so I've got an even better answer for you. On our refrigerator, things come and go. You kind of put the Post-it notes on the fridge, and things come and go. Schedules and recipes and all this. But there's one piece of paper that's been there for, 18 years, something like that. And it's a quote from Oliver Wendell Holmes. And it says that a mind expanded never returns to its former shape and size. And I think that for anybody, but especially a child, if you take them to give them an experience like that, the borders of their mind are stretched and pushed, and they never spring back all the way.
Everyone sees their own Burning Man. You won't be able to do and see everything, but your experience will be unique. Some will remember the fanciest DJs and an orgy. Others will see burning masterpieces from their hammock. I want to show you my own Burning Man and the things I saw in Black Rock City. In this camp, you can have a rest. Here's a fantastic chill zone with carpets and stuffed toys. On top of that, you can have a cold brew, an iced coffee. What else would you need? Music, coffee, and a dessert. If you're not afraid of breaking your moral code, you can sit on the throne. They say Burning Man is about people and community. You can prove it with similar festivals. 1 week is not enough for true burners, and they arrange exhibitions, events, meetings, and equal festivals abroad. There's nowhere in Spain, Mid-Burn in Israel, and Africa Burn in South Africa. Well, for me, of course, only the very best people come here. The cream of the world is here. The most creative, the most kind, the very best people. Everyone gets their lesson here. Even if you cock your nose and think you're the coolest, treat everyone haughtily and stuff, the playa will punish you. You'll get into trouble or something. We hope you carry the attitude back with you. We hope you don't forget the magic. Learn to communicate and become kinder. We hope your soul opens up and you become a better person. That's the concept of Burning Man. I was interested in the idea of bringing back the best from Black Rock City. But is it possible? Can the city last longer than 1 week? I don't think so. Because of the mindset. Why can't we create a perfect city and live in there? We need, I guess, it's about economical factors, supplies and everything. If people want to live in a utopian commune, like the American Amish, that's how they live. They grow vegetables, breed cattle, and everything. But they still trade it because they need money to buy something from outside the community. The same with us. The things people bring here may be enough for a month, but in the end, we'll have to refill the stock somehow. The main problem with the city beyond Burning Man is the source of supplies.
Yeah, that would be awesome, I think. But it would be also tough. You would not survive this kind of living like for a long time, I think.
Why?
Well, because like we suffer a lot, you know, like this, the desert and the dust, they push you hard. So that is actually the idea is here. We make this happening for one week. You go all to these workshops, you know, you learn all these different things. You do sound healing when you never did a yoga class or never sound healing. And you bring this energy outside the world, you know, you spread it out, and in your community there, you actually, the values you learned here, you are using there. So I think it's important. This is like a one-time thing, but it's actually a one-year thing.
As a physical entity, I think that would be difficult. And although we have a place out just off Playa called Fly Ranch, where we're trying to do a 365-day community out there. But it won't be like Burning Man. I think where Burning Man lives throughout the year is in people's hearts and minds, and also in relationships and communities that are established on Playa and live off Playa. That could be the regionals. From different countries, they have regional events. And I play the bagpipes. I'm a Scot, and I play the bagpipes, and I was at not an event, but a gathering last night to say goodbye to somebody who just passed away. And we all got together, we all shared space, we ate together, we hugged each other up. None of that would have happened without Burning Man. We all know each other through Burning Man, and this is an event that happens away from the desert. And it's not just the only one. Things are happening like that all the time. And my wife is a teacher. And her first day at school, she has the 10 principles on the door of the classroom. And she goes through the principles with her class. Nothing to do with Burning Man. But number one, radical acceptance. What does that mean? We don't bully each other. We welcome the stranger. We're a community in here. Leave no trace. Hey, this is a science lab. I'm not your mother. When you're done with this, you clean this thing up, right? Our kids, you take them to the movie theater and they watch the movie and the lights come on. And when they were little, the lights would come out the end of the movie and they'd take the popcorn bucket and one would go this way and one would go this way, and they'd clean up all the trash in the movie theater and take it and recycle it. Just do it.
Burning Man is a unique event. It's a separate community following its own rules. A Burning Man first-timer gradually thaws up. First, you feel suspicious and wait for a catch. In a couple of days, you relax and wish to share something with the amazing place. You think to yourself, yes, next year I'm bringing a barbecue to treat everyone. Yes, in a dragon costume. I'm not only treating them, I'm bringing joy, fun, and emotions. At the moment, you realize it was not enough and you can't do without Burning Man. Sunrise is the most enchanting time to spend on the playa. At sunset, the sun falls behind the mountains early. But as for desert sunrise, the sun comes to view right on time. The first rays run parallel to the flat, parched lake bottom. It looks amazing. Many people keep dancing over the night. Some wake up to see the sunset. It's a magical time. Each day is special at Burning Man. Each sunset is doubly special. In the early hours of sunrise, people start partying. Parties go 24/7. Some last all night till sunrise. Some start right at sunrise. Watching sunrise on the playa is obligatory at Burning Man. Some haven't slept yet. Some got up at 4 or 5 a.m. to arrive here. The vibes are incredible. Some are hanging out, some are having a rest, some are enjoying their breakfast and waiting for the sunrise. Let's have a look. People arrive in art cars at the stage where DJs are playing. The fancier a party is, the fancier cars arrive in here. Judging by the number of fancy art cars, you can see how cool is the DJ playing now. It's typical for Burning Man to arrive on a pineapple bed and just sleep. The guys are sleeping. Let me tell you what's going on. It's rather tough, as I don't fully understand how it works. I feel rather weird now. It's a state when you haven't seen anything like this before. You've never been at a festival like this. You've never met so well-organized people, so many wonderful people who have come together in a desert. I can see wonderful mountains. I can see the sunset. And it's amazing. You know, it's like another planet. I'm not sure I want to keep searching for a catch. I just want to enjoy the unique experience. But I'm ready to go for you, my friends. I have some biases on my mind yet to check. Is Burning Man commercial? I've seen some camps in the airport. It's funny to see another plane arriving, carrying a fancy-dressed couple. Some guys carry their luggage. The couple gets into a truck and goes to their camp with a huge, expensive RV. They arrive on their tiny planes and look bizarre, like a foreign object sneaking in here. More and more of them come here each year. We need them too. They donate plenty of money. We need the money to invite others. Here, I was waiting for it. Now we're facing the thing that Burning Man keeps struggling against: capitalism and commerce. You try to distance yourself from it. Otherwise, if you don't have enough money, you should be kind, creative, eager to give and share, and follow the rules. If you're well off, you can ignore the rules, just like in our everyday life. If you're wealthy, you're beyond the laws. You can ignore the mundane stuff and screw the guidelines that others follow. Yeah, that's right. You see, there should be balance. Life should be balanced. Burning Man needs a bit of decay, doesn't it? Well, it's a must. No one's perfect. Everything is bright and gaudy in Black Rock City. Weird costumes next to the skin, giant installations, and colorful accessories. At night, the city resembles Las Vegas with its loads of flashing lights. Maybe it's the binding with Vegas that brings commercials to mind. Don't people in America want to make money with the huge space? I haven't used bank cards in a week. I realized it yesterday. No market relationships, no economy. I can imagine it at a rave fest in India or Koh Phangan. But Koh Phangan is like 3% of what we have here, the tip of Koh Phangan. And I was like, how could Americans come up with the most uncapitalist idea? No matter who we are, we can go to a Japanese camp to get activity, food, and something to lie on. They will hug us and take us to one of the hospitals if needed. All the hospitals are signed with stress, fever, intervention. If your friend is addicted, you can bring them in there. People are eager to help. There are lots of massage experts, freaking therapists. I was like, how could Americans create something that doesn't bring money? They say, come on, it brings money. They invest $1.5 million into a fucking art car to drive Crescent in a desert for a week. If you don't mind, do camp organizers earn money? They spend money. Is it business or a hobby? It's a hobby. You don't earn, you spend. Some burners are troubled by internet and social media that rob Burning Man of its authenticity. In fact, the community lived through the invasion of both Wall Street moneybags and fancy bloggers. Most burners are tolerant, both to tourists and influencers. They call them sparkle ponies, due to their appearance. It's logical for the community. With the principle of radical acceptance, they should accept everyone.
Most of what I see are the people that I've known for decades. So I don't see the plug-and-play camps. I'm not involved with them. And so I don't, on some level, they're... I won't say they don't exist, but they're not a bother to me. I think the percentage of the people that do that is very small, and I think for the most part, people that come here are hooked on the idea of what is my gift? What is my gift to the world? And how, look around, almost everything you see is created with someone's own funding or, trying to raise money through, it's not corporate. And that's the beauty of Burning Man. It's still not corporate. There's that discussion out there about, money and names and blah, blah, blah. But I think since the first time I came, 2001, I still don't see corporate America with a footprint in Burning Man.
I don't see a lot of those who come on a plane and don't know a thing about Burning Man, although there are some. The thing is, there are 80,000 people. That's a lot, like a small town. You will find the experience and the people who match the Burning Man you want to try. How much is accommodation in Luna? The basic rate is $3,500. $3,500 in everyday work? Not every day, no. You will have a job in the camp. On some days, you'll help with the food. On other days, you'll go with Luna to make sure it reaches the show safely. That's it. Look, I wanted to join you. Okay. But everything was full. When was it? It was in July. Or maybe a little earlier. I didn't know about that, sorry. Next year, I'll pull strings and join you. All right, deal. How do you select people? Is there an interview or something before joining you? Yes, we call them and have a chat. We try to see what experience they expect and if we're able to give it to them. In fact, there are camps that are much simpler in responsibility and payment. We operate a rather complicated project we're on now. It needs plenty of attention. It needs constructing, fixing, assembling, maintaining. There are much simpler camps that, grill sausages or brew coffee. We need them too, but they're simpler logistics-wise with less pressure. One of the main things to realize is whether this role will be about work or fun for you.
We have the tough wheel burners, you know, trying it hard. And then for sure we have the tourists, we have the TikTok ravers with the pictures, you know, but it's limited, I think, yeah. So the outer world always sees just these things, you know, but there's more. When you come here, you see it's so much more. And I think everyone which comes here, even if they come just for the pictures, but they're coming here, they experience the energy this place creates, and they feel it. So they go back as a different person, and it's for everyone. Yeah, it's not just for the tough wheel burners; it's for everyone. So I'm happy that people coming here and working like as missionaries, you know, in the outer world. So I think it needs to be open for everyone, and it's good.
Celebrities are accepted too, but it can be tough to see them as ordinary people. In here, they're not celebrities. There are no celebrities here. That's the thing. You can come by Elon Musk, but he won't come by you. Elon Musk is a local legend. For 2 days, everyone has been like, Elon Musk is here. Last year, Elon Musk hung out on the ship, and then he shat over there, and it's still there. I was like, that's where he shat. It's an art object now. IT art object. Acceptance ironically became the main part of Burning Man. Its first organizers came from a closed secret society in San Francisco. It was called the Suicide Club, inspired by Stevenson's stories. Its members were into industrial tourism and anarchy. That's what Burning Man has stemmed from. Several committed people wanted to turn a utopian project into reality, namely the famous City of the Sun by Tommaso Campanella, a place of social equality.
In the end, it's like, yeah, what I said, like we're building the city here where there shouldn't be a city. We try to run showers, yeah, in the desert, yeah, with 40 degrees Celsius plus. And yeah, we're living here together. We're living with the 10 principles of Burning Man, you know, no money, gifting, sharing, all this community thing. And we inspire each other. And yeah, and I think in the end, but when you break it down, I think it's the dust. It's the dust, it's the essential thing here. So when you get used to live in the dust, then you are really into it.
Both marketing and advertising are strictly prohibited. Brands are completely unacceptable here. There are Burning Man traditions, and we should follow them too. First, we should protect the car from dust. Second, we should protect Burning Man from advertising. There should be no advertising. No brands, nothing like that. We have to tape them up. And what if my hairstyle is my brand? Should I tape it up too? I don't know. Let's tape up the car, especially the car rental logo. Burning Man is not about ads and commerce. Let's tape up the nameplate. I hope it's fine with Ford. Quick and dirty, but fine with me. I wonder how I tape up the car crevices. There are lots of them. I guess if I tape them all up, I'll suffocate later inside. I wouldn't like to suffocate at Burning Man. True seasoned burners do their best to tape up brands on cars and all their stuff. Some simply customize them. Say, this truck is clearly from Hertz Car Rental. They turned the logo into this and ended up with a farts truck. It's a peculiar way to get rid of a brand and to not let capitalists earn money from free ads at Burning Man. In fact, no one cares much about the rule. Some attendants, especially young and fresh burners, don't give a damn about brands. In the end, there are lots of them here. You posted our art object and didn't tag Misha. Yes, amend it. We're at Burning Man. It's not about vanity and ads. Fuck you. It's not about that. You've been here for a week and still don't see it's about giving, not about claiming. Go drink your water. Well, they bang on about kindness and giving, But try entering our chill zone in your shoes. They'll kick the shit out of you. Black Rock City is free from commerce. Well, as far as it is possible. But it's definitely the most anti-capitalist city in the USA. Do you believe you can set up a utopian city that lasts longer than a week? Reply in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, post it on Reddit, and share the link to your friends via WhatsApp. And please, subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for the next video. Next time, I'll check if Burning Man really accepts everyone and show you the festival's main event, the burning down of a large wooden man.